Hi there, Julian from Julian Voigt Films. Wedding video or wedding film? What's the difference? Well, hang around and I'll try and explain in this short video. You've noticed a few differences. Perhaps there's a difference in the style of different wedding videos. You've also noticed that some charge a fair bit more than others. And you might have also noticed that some use terminologies that you might think are a little bit confusing. You're not too sure what they mean, such as cinematic style wedding film. So what is the difference between a wedding video and a wedding film? Well, when I got married, which was quite some years ago now, we had a wedding videographer capture our wedding, and it was definitely a wedding video. The guy turned up with his huge big camcorder like thing. He filmed the whole day from start to finish, and he stitched together this 2-hour long video of various long takes of the day put together with minimal post-processing. We probably watched that a handful of times and it was never watched again. Thankfully, years later, with the advancement in cameras, technology, particularly editing software, videographers aspire to produce something that is more of a film rather than a video. So really, what makes a movie a movie? What makes it cinematic? Well, I can think of three main elements that most videographers that aspire to cinematic style films will want to include in their films. And these three elements are thus. The first one, think about a really good movie that you love, one of your favorite films, and think about the director's choice of shot composition, how he's composed his shots, how he has lighted that shot, whether it's dark and moody or bright and sunny. Think about the colours in that film that give the film a particular feel. So shot choice that includes lighting, composition and colouring will give a movie-like feel. That's the first thing. The second thing that makes a movie is obviously the story that hooks you from the very beginning and keeps you wanting to watch for the whole 2 or 3 hours of the length of the film. And so a wedding filmmaker that is aspiring to produce cinematic style films is also looking to include in that video or film a story. And that story can be told in numerous ways. Obviously the people that appear in the film, namely the bride, the groom, their close family and friends, but also the narrative. And that narrative can be achieved through capturing audio from, say, the ceremony, maybe a reading or speeches, and then using that audio crafted very cleverly as a narrative sort of baseline on which the film is put together. So often when you look at cinematic style wedding films, you'll notice that there's a great deal of attention placed on the audio. Of who's speaking, when they're speaking, and then the clips and shots that will complement the audio in the film. So that's the second thing that makes a movie. It's the story, and a good wedding film should have a story, your story, and it should tell it in a creative way. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is probably something that gets overlooked, but it's so important, and it's this. It's the film's soundtrack. Think about your favorite movie and where that film would be without the music score, without the soundtrack. It wouldn't be that film. Think about the emotions that that film brings out of us by means of that music score, and how that music is carefully selected and composed to fit the film. And a good wedding filmmaker will do exactly the same. They will spend many hours looking for music that fits you as a couple, that fits your wedding day and what happened during that day, to fit together to bring out the emotions when you're watching your wedding film. So those are the three elements that differentiate a wedding video from a wedding film. It's the shot composition, lighting and colouring. It's the story that's told, narrative story through audio, and putting the film together in such a way to tell a story. And then finally the music that accompanies that and brings it all together to produce something that's engaging to watch, something that hopefully you will watch over and over again, not something that you're going to put on your shelf like we did with our wedding video that we only watched a handful of times. So I hope this bit of information about the difference between a wedding video and a wedding film was helpful to you when you're choosing your wedding videographer. And if you'd like to see some of our films that we try to style in a cinematic way, then have a look at the films on this channel or on our website, or get in touch for more information. So until next time, thanks for watching.